Well, new at 6, Fayetteville city attorney is addressing the claims that the city is violating Arkansas's ban on sanctuary cities, saying tonight that the city, quote, cannot and does not act on ICE's behalf. The response comes on the heels of a state representative announcing that he filed a complaint related to comments made by Mayor Mayor Rawn earlier this week. State Representative Underwood says he is also seeking a legal opinion on the issue from the Attorney General's office. Underwood says Mayor Rawn's comments that the city police does not act as agents of immigration enforcement violates Arkansas's laws banning sanctuary cities. In a statement released today, City Attorney Kit Williams says the city of Fayetteville has long scrupulously followed and obeyed the state law prohibiting sanctuary city policies. The law does not require the city of Fayetteville to assist ICE in carrying out its agenda. ICE's agenda includes a range of federal enforcement actions, such as searching for, arresting, and detaining undocumented immigrants. But there is no statutory requirement that local police departments must participate in those federal operations. Since the city of Fayetteville does not have knowledge of individuals' immigration status, nor does it operate detention facilities where individuals may be held and transferred to ICE, the city cannot and does not act on ICE's behalf. Allegations of sexual assault at the Benton County Jail now leads to an investigation. Laura Castleman looked into the case and found out the sheriff fired the accused jail employee, who is also facing charges tonight.
Former Benton County Jail employee Matthew Lockard is accused of fourth-degree sexual assault. He was fired on Thursday after an investigation into allegations of an inappropriate relationship with a female inmate. I talked with Benton County prosecuting attorney Brian Sexton, who is working on the case.
The reason for the arrest for sexual assault in the fourth degree was because that particular provision of Arkansas law covers the relationship between an inmate and a jailer. Based on that, we will treat it like we would every other felony case.
Sexton says Lockard has no prior history allowing him to work at the jail.
We want them to follow what jailers say for the good of their safety and for the good of proper management of the jail. However, this type of relationship steps beyond that, and that's why the state has created this particular charge. And in the nature of that particular position, where you have been given a position of trust to protect prisoners and to ensure their safety.
A probable cause affidavit filed by a Benton County detective shows 3 instances of inappropriate touching, and it goes on to say Lockard would also leave notes for her in the pockets. Benton County officials also released a statement about the sexual assault charges on the former employee, saying Sheriff Holloway is deeply troubled by the actions of this individual and emphasizes that such behavior will not be tolerated. He remains proud of the many dedicated men and women of the Benton County Sheriff's Office who continue to serve the citizens of Benton County with integrity and professionalism. Lockard was able to place bond. His arraignment date is set for July 28th. In Bentonville, covering news where you live, Laura Castleman, 5 News.
Happening right now, a big celebration commemorating the arrival of Vietnamese refugees to Fort Chaffy. Darren Bob is live at the Chaffy Crossing Historic District. And Darren, this event marks 50 years since the first group of refugees arrived.
Totally gutted out the museum, started to do it. We closed down for a year.
Yeah, Lauren, that's correct. In fact, we're inside where this dinner is about to start. I'm going to step out of the way, and the program has just started. In fact, you mentioned that this is the 50th anniversary of when refugees at the fall of Saigon came to America. They just asked how many in this group that you're looking at here were here in 1975, and about 3/4 of the group stood up and clapped. Then they asked how many have been back here. This is the first time back since 1975. About half of the room stood up and clapped. So this is a very special ceremony that is going on right now. There is a lot of events going outside, and then they will have guest speakers, and we'll have much more on what's happening coming up here in just a few moments. But we're going to hear some folks who were just here for the first time tonight on your 5 News at 10. We'll send it back to you, Lauren, but this ceremony will be going on for the next couple of hours or so.
All right, thanks, Darren. After 22 years with the Fort Smith Police Department, Captain Wes Millam is transitioning into a new role. His last day with the department is Friday, June 20th, but he's not going far. Millam will take over as the Director of Public Safety Communications for the city of Fort Smith starting Monday. In his new role, he'll lead the River Valley Communications Center, a regional 911 hub. Millam says he wants to help to make this change as smooth as possible.
My role is going to be involved with 911 dispatch, with police agencies, fire agencies, EMS providers, and all aspects of public safety, and that I can help them to achieve their agency vision through the application of integrated technology, communications, and I can't say enough how excited I am to get started on this and to see the end result.
Chief Danny Baker says Millam's leadership will be key in strengthening emergency response across the region. And in just over a month, hundreds of Cargill poultry plant employees in Springdale will be without a job. That plant is set to close on August 1st. And today, the Springdale Chamber of Commerce is working to help those displaced workers. 5 News reporter Claire Everbach is live at the Springdale Civic Center now with how they're offering support.
Yes, Lauren, the Chamber's Commerce Career and Resource Fair wrapped up at 5 p.m. right here at Springdale Civic Center. And organizers tell me that over 100 vendors were here today, helping over 700 displaced workers.
So what we want to do is show them that there is a future, there is a career path for them, no matter what age, no matter what they're doing, and that we'll be able to help them and to let them know there is life after.
Ginger Lamar, Vice President of Workforce Development for the Springdale Chamber of Commerce, says they have been working with Cargill for months to organize this event. With the turkey processing plant scheduled to close August 1st, leaving about 1,000 people without a job, many face tough transitions and are in need of both employment and support.
You know, maybe they need something for the retirement or financial resources. Maybe it's child care. So we hope that when they leave here today, they feel better about what is getting ready to happen with their life.
Not only does this fair provide job opportunities, but also offers other counseling.
Not only they are coming here for a new career, but it's almost coming here too for maybe some counseling of they don't know what to do. They don't know how to take that first step. And so if we can help them take that first step to figure out it's okay, one day at a time.
David Dominguez, a maintenance planner of 25 years, says the closure was a shock for everyone.
That was a big hit for not just me, but all my coworkers. You know, we would have never expected something like that.
But Dominguez remains hopeful and offers a piece of advice to his fellow workers.
Stay positive, you know. God always has, open doors for you guys. You know, he closes one door and he's always, God's always got, good plans for you.
Derek Moore, a Cargill employee of 12 years, says he was planning on retiring after hearing the news of Cargill's closing. But this fair changed his outlook.
It gives me the opportunity to find something probably even better.
And while this event is over, the Chamber of Commerce tells me they're looking forward to helping Cargill employees in the coming weeks. Again, the plant is set to close August 1st. In Springdale, covering news where you live, Claire Everbach, 5 News.
All right, Claire, thanks so much for that. Arkansas 4-H students are in Washington this week for the Citizenship Washington Focus Conference, and they got the chance to meet with Senator John Bozeman. 4-H is the nation's largest youth development organization, giving young people the chance to learn through hands-on projects in science, health, agriculture, and civic engagement. Bozeman says he's proud to continue supporting 4-H as co-chair of the bipartisan Senate caucus.